coming up. Don't forget, we're going to be giving away some tickets to go to the SLO Film Festival. That happens next week. We got tickets for you to go to Movies by the Bay in Morro Bay. We'll give those away at 9:40 with Know the Show. You can also sign up to win some cool stuff for the film fest over at KZOZ.
Which actually takes place on St. Patrick's Day, right?
Yes, it does. The Saturday night VIP awards and the King Vidor awards and the after party.
And this happens all at the Mission.
No, the actual award ceremony happens at the Fremont. They
right
get up there. And then the party afterwards, everybody goes over to Mission Plaza. And they're going to have beer and wine and drinks and food. And, it'll all be tented up, I believe.
So you're going to have the who's who of San Luis Obispo, I believe.
Yes, sir.
That's what I've heard other people call the SLO International Film Festival. The who's who. Are you going to be attending SLO International Film Festival events?
I want to see. There's a couple things that I'd like to see. I just started going a couple years ago. You and I did. Was it last year we did the beer thing?
Yeah, that was fun.
And there's actually some really cool short movies and interesting documentaries. So there's a couple things that I want to see, and one of them is going to be this movie that is happening on Saturday at the Palm. And it's so
you're going to be amongst the who's who.
It's a local movie that was made in Paso. It's a 30-minute deal, and I'm local people are in it. I'm excited to see what that's all about.
And so the who's who's will be there, right? I'm sure the people that are in the movie will probably be there.
Yeah, some who's whoever that is.
Like blocks away, not even blocks away, like feet away, drunken.
What do you consider the who's, by the way?
The people that are in the movies.
Okay. I don't know if there's really any who's.
I'm going to be honest with you. There's a guy that hosts a radio show down the hall in the afternoon, and he's an old guy, and he does it for the old guy radio station. And I've heard him refer to the SLO International Film Festival as the event in which the who's who. He's also a movie maker as well. I think he's I think he's wrote some screenplays or something. So he thinks this is a big deal, and he says, well, all the who's who's of San Luis Obispo go to the SLO International Film Festival. And this is years ago that he said that. And I was like, oh, okay.
You know who I normally see there?
Cool, bro.
I see Suzanne there. She's a movie junkie, and her friends.
Who's who?
And I see Wendy there because she puts it on. And there's a lot of other people I see, but I don't know who the who's who's are.
The who's who's?
That's the problem. I never know who the who's who's are. And
I just know the Blues Clues.
It pissed me off because one year, because Suzanne's a woman, she got to go in and high-five Jeff Bridges when I waited 20 minutes just to try to get a picture with him. And the only thing I got was a photo bomb in somebody else's picture.
Wait. Why did she get to go in and high-five him?
We were all standing there. It's just he happened to turn, and she was right in the right spot, and she's a woman. And I think she was wearing a low-cut top, if I remember that night. And Jeff Bridges recognized her and didn't see me at all. I might as well have been, not even standing there. I might as well have been a ghost.
Oh, you're saying because she was.
I'm not saying he was putting the moves on Suzanne. I'm just saying he noticed her, and I was standing right next to her, and I was like, got left hanging.
Oh, I got it.
And that's why I don't like to meet my favorite stars. I love Jeff Bridges. He's amazing.
Now you don't.
Big Lebowski had its big 30-year anniversary yesterday.
20-year.
20-year?
Yeah.
20-year anniversary yesterday.
It would have meant it came out in 88.
Yeah, that's not right. The 30-year. 20-year. And so I'm still a big fan. And, he was everybody was pulling on him that night. But that's I guess,
Are you going to wear green?
It's St. Patrick's Day.
But don't you want to differentiate yourself as the who's who of San Luis Obispo versus the college students that will be
I'm going to be wearing I'll be wearing a green suit. So you'll know that I'm the who's who's.
I hope SLO PD is ready. Okay. This has
the fear-mongering.
This has the makings of a perfect storm. Okay?
No, it doesn't. Everything's going to be fine.
You've got the who's who's and the college kids. They never intermingle though. The who's who's usually are underneath 10 by 10 tents in fields drinking wine. Now you're going to indoctrinate them into the downtown corridor of San Luis Obispo when the college kids think it is their time.
It is their time. Everybody can get along. We don't need the water cannon. Leave it in the garage.
Okay, I'm just saying. I hope everybody's ready for this.
It's going to be awesome. Besides,
yes, it will be awesome. But just because something's awesome doesn't mean it's necessarily good. It could be awesome and big in scope, but it could be also negative awesome too.
St. Patrick's Day is a huge holiday in this town. I mean, it's huge for everyone. It's not just college kids. I mean, you see people just take the half the day off. Some people take the full day off. Some people just leave work early. So everybody's going to be out partying, having a great time.
Do you know why?
We're going to be celebrating the grand finale of the SLO Film Festival.
Do you know why people wear green on St. Patrick's Day? By the way, what percentage Irish are you?
37.5% Irish. We did the math on this.
You've gone, but okay, that sounds like fake news right there.
Well, you and I have done the math on the air. I did the math while you were here.
What is the math on this? Who did the math?
Do we really have time to do all this? All right, my grandfather and grandmother, 100%, which makes my mom 100%.
Your grandfather and your grandmother, 100% Irish.
Yes. My father, 30% Irish.
Okay, then that would make you considerably more than 37%.
We're not there yet. So we have 100% on my mom's side. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I got this wrong. My grandfather, 100%. My grandmother was 30%. So that makes my mom 70% Irish.
How?
Well, you take away the 30. And then you get 70. And then you split that in half. That's 35.
Wouldn't you take 130?
Oh, my dad had a little Irish in him.
Wouldn't you take 130 and divide it by 2 to find the real answer on that
that's
one?
not how you do it.
Which is actually 70 or 65. So.
Yeah. And then you cut that in half, and then there you go.
So it's like 65, not 70. So 65. You got 65 coming from your mom. You cut that in half.
I'm 37.5% Irish. Just that's all you need to know.
I'm glad you don't work for it. What's that name of that company that will find out your heritage online? I'm glad you don't work for
23andMe?
Yeah, 23andMe. I'm glad you don't work for 23andMe.com.
Well, if I did, I would probably be able to give you a better number, but it would still be 37
It would be 37 and
something.
37andme.com. Jeremy likes to claim his Irish authenticity around this time.
My mom's maiden name is Doyle, for God's sake.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Then that proves it right there. Apparently, do you know whether or not, are they Catholic? Were they Catholic or were they Protestant?
Catholic.
They were? Okay.
I don't know, Jeff. We didn't go to church when I was a kid.
Because
Doyle, that's all you need to know. Doyle, okay? That's an Irish name.
Doyle rules?
Doyle rules. It was Doyle rules, but I think they dropped the O when they came into the States.
Going back to the religion of the whole thing, you know why people wear green? Because for the longest time up until the 1600s.
There is a St. Patrick, and he used to wear green,
no,
right? No, that's not it?
That's not it at all.
Okay, I don't know why they wear green.
The Irish used to wear green as a show of revolt against the opposition to the English crown starting in the 1600s. This was their way of showing their symbolic color of Ireland. But previous to the revolution in the 1600s, blue was the main symbolic color of Ireland, not green. It was light blue. That was the official color.
That's dumb. Ireland's green. It should be green. I'm glad they changed it.
The official color of St. Patrick, the one that we celebrate the day of, was blue. Okay, it was not green. So you should be able to get away with wearing blue on March 17th if you are truly celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not.
They changed it.
Things change over time. I understand that.
Things change.
But St. Patrick used to wear blue because that was his official color, and that was the official color of his homeland.
I understand.
Of Ireland. But it changed definition during the 1600s when the Irish were trying to revolt against the English rule. But even there are variations to that because there were Irish Catholics and there were Irish Protestants. Now, you know the colors of Ireland as being green on the flag, white and orange, right?
Right.
No, the white's...
There's no blue.
The white's neutral. That's a neutral color, right? So there's a green and an orange. Apparently, the Irish Catholics wear green. That's why I ask you if they're Catholic, because if you're an Irish Protestant...
You're supposed to wear orange?
Protestant, you're supposed to wear orange.
Oh.
On St. Patrick's Day.
What if you wear both colors?
Or blue, because St. Patrick was actually, during his time before the 1600s, he wore blue. He didn't wear green. He wore blue. That was his official color. So you can really, theoretically, get away with wearing green, orange, or blue. Or if you want the perfect trifecta, you should wear green, orange, and blue on St. Patrick's Day. If you truly are celebrating St. Patrick, you should be wearing green, orange, and blue.
Thank you for that lesson.
So don't half-ass it like every American's going to do, and we're just
no one's wearing blue, Jeff. I hate to tell you, they're listening to you right now. And they're like, "You show up in blue, I'm pinching your ass."
Green, orange, blue,
or something.
Those are your colors.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.